Hey gamers, welcome to Insightful Gaming. We're about to break down a Warlock build that'll turn you into a frosty force of nature. Imagine being an ice god in this game. This build does just that. It packs a wallop with crazy defense and damage, crushing every type of champion and turning them into popsicles. Whether you're tackling solo lost sectors or crushing grandmaster nightfalls, this build's got your back. Let's dive deep into the frosty details. Hang tight. Big props to our sponsor and our channel supporters. You legends keep us rolling. If you are digging the icy vibes, smash that like button, drop your thoughts, and hit subscribe for more epic gaming content. Now, meet the game changer, Osmeomancy Gloves. These bad boys are a gamer's dream in Season 23, thanks to some wicked artifact mods that amps up this exotic's power. It comes with a special perk called Fervid Cold Snap. Your grenades are now double trouble, recharging faster on direct hits. Plus, they chase down enemies even further. We are mainly using it for the additional grenade charge. But wait, there's more. Seasonal perks like Pillar of Ice spawn extra stasis crystals for each frozen foe you take down. Dragon's Bite is another cool mod, freezing enemies when you shatter their shield with a stasis weapon. And my personal favorite, Hail the Storm shatter a stasis crystal, and it'll send out an icy shard that slows and damages anyone nearby. Combine these perks with our exotic gloves, and you're an unstoppable icy juggernaut. Let's shift gears and break down our gameplay rotation before we unleash this frosty fury. Here's how we'll dominate with this icy Warlock setup. First up, consume your grenade to summon an ice turret. This baby's your first line of defense. Don't chill just yet, throw down another turret to really crank up the cold. These ice guardians will slow down your foes, and every enemy they drop will unleash seekers to freeze nearby targets. It's like a frosty domino effect. Next, it's time to get up close and personal. Use your melee to turn the enemies right in front of you into ice sculptures. Then, drop a healing rift to keep yourself in the game. The magic of this build is in the freeze. Our abilities turn enemies into ice cubes, and with the Whisper of Fissures perk, we're talking about a massive explosion radius when we shatter these frozen foes. Plus, every time you knock out a chilled or frozen enemy, you'll recharge your class ability, keeping the icy cycle going. But wait, there's more. Throughout the fight, you're going to have a constant stream of grenades thanks to our grenade kickstart mods and the Whisper of Torment fragment. Every hit you take just fuels your frosty arsenal, letting you keep those turrets coming. This is the core of our strategy, turning the battlefield into a winter wonderland of destruction. Let's get freezing. Switching gears, let's dive into the weapons that elevates this build to legendary status. First in our lineup is Vergla's Curve. This bow isn't just any ordinary weapon, it's equipped with Hail Barrage. Rack up those final blows and you're rewarded with stasis arrows, ready to be unleashed in a single, devastating volley with your next hip fire. Direct hits will turn enemies into ice statues. Any arrows that you miss will turn into stasis crystals that you can use. And let's not forget, bows are MVPs in Season 23 for tackling unstoppable champions. If you're looking for alternatives, check out Aegir's Spectre. This beauty has a perk that'll freeze your enemies solid. If you don't have these exotics, you can run any primary weapon with the Headstone perk. Landing precision kills with these will spawn stasis crystals, making them a powerhouse in this build. For your special and heavy weapons, the choice is yours. Go for weapons that has a large area of effect damage. I'm talking about stuff like the explosive personality grenade launcher for your special. Now, let's delve into the abilities that make this build a frosty force. First off, we are using the Winter's Wrath as our super. Next, for our class ability, we are using the Healing Rift. It's like a magical well that continuously heals anyone inside it. For movement, we're using Burst Glide, but feel free to choose what suits your style. Our grenade of choice is the Cold Snap grenade. This icy menace freezes targets on impact and sends out a seeker to freeze even more. We'll be using these grenades to conjure a couple of turrets that deal damage and freeze enemies in their tracks. For our melee, we're wielding the Penumbral Blast. Imagine raising a stasis staff and sending a wave of ice that freezes everything in its path. Let's talk aspects. First, Ice Flare bolts. Shatter a frozen target, and you'll unleash seekers that freeze nearby enemies. Then, there's Bleak Watcher. Hold down that grenade button to transform your grenade into a turret that fires slowing projectiles. Every kill with these turrets spawns more seekers, creating a chain reaction of frost. Alternatively, you might want to try Frost Pulse in place of Ice Flare bolts. It is an endless winter storm, freezing everyone around you constantly. Onto our fragments. We start with Whisper of Fissures, ramping up the damage and size of explosions when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. Then there's Whisper of Refraction, giving you class ability energy for defeating slowed or frozen targets. This one's flexible, so swap it out as you like. Next up, Whisper of Shards. Shattering a stasis crystal skyrockets our grenade recharge rate by a massive 500% for a short time. More shatters mean longer duration, up to 11 seconds. This practically guarantees an endless supply of ice turrets. Last but not least, Whisper of Torment. Taking damage from enemies? That's now free grenade energy for you. These fragments are key, as our whole strategy revolves around freezing and shattering targets, spawning those game-changing seekers. Let's freeze and shatter our way to victory. Now, let's amp things up with the armor mods that really bring this build to life. Starting at the top with the helmet, we're using Harmonic Siphon to churn out more orbs of power. Next, we are using Dynamo, cutting down your super cooldown every time you use your class ability near enemies. And don't forget Heavy Ammo Finder, boosting your chances of finding that precious heavy ammo. On our exotic arms, we've got Focusing Strike. This bad boy gives you class ability energy each time your melee attack lands. Pair this with 2 grenade kickstart mods, and you'll be swimming in grenade energy every time you toss one. Moving to the chest, we've slotted in a charge up mod, bumping up the max number of armor charge stacks you can hold. For the next 2 slot in any defensive mods that suit your style. For our boots, we're strutting with the Innervation mod, slashing your grenade cooldown with each orb of power you snag. Then there's Recuperation, think of it as a health pack for every orb of power you pick up. And for a cherry on top, we've got Elemental Charge, giving you an increasing chance of snagging an armor charge with every stasis shard collected. Finally, on our bond, we're rocking a Bomber mod to further reduce that grenade cooldown. Then there's the Reaper mod, your next weapon final blow after using your class ability will spawn an orb of power. And for a little extra convenience, Powerful Attraction, which pulls in nearby orbs of power when you activate your class ability. Get ready to be a walking, freezing, healing powerhouse. Next up, let's dive into the seasonal mods that'll supercharge your build. Starting with the first row, it's all about countering champions. Depending on this week's lineup, grab sidearms for anti-barrier champions, hand cannons and bows for unstoppable, and pulse and auto rifles for overload champions. In the second and third rows, pick whatever catches your fancy. We're here for the good stuff in the fourth row. Here, lock in Pillar of Ice. This gem helps you spawn stasis crystals every time you take down a target that's slowed or frozen. Next, we're using Dragon's Bite. Shatter a combatant shield with a stasis weapon and you might just freeze them solid. For the third slot, pick whatever you like. We're gearing up for the big finish. In the final row, we're snagging Hail the Storm. Shattering encased targets and stasis crystals now means more damage. Plus, every shattered stasis crystal sends out shards that damage and slow targets. Choose freely for the last slot. And there you have it, folks, the grand finale of our Icy Warlock build. I hope this guy left you pumped and ready to dominate. If you love this video and want more, don't be shy, drop a comment, smash that like button, and hit subscribe. Until we meet again, keep grinding and may the RNG gods be ever in your favor.